There are things that the Western AAA game studio has failed to learn for the longest time, like the increasingly egregious practice of monetization, whether it's the microtransaction or just simply raising the price, paywalling the content. Second, the never-ending chase of photorealistic graphic that wouldn't be able to run on the average hardware. And third, there's this huge taboo in the West that it almost feels like it's illegal to have a really beautiful, hot chicks appears in the game, and somehow the obese and the ugly are the chosen one. Like seriously, if you have the photorealistic technology, why would you use it on the things that doesn't matter and not use it on a beautiful woman dancing? I can see all the gamers around the world gonna pay for that. Oh wait, we do have one in the Korea. My name is Ryusuke, I made commentary about the gacha game, and naturally, my opinion gonna be biased toward the gacha game, so definitely take my opinion with a grain of salt. So, do like and sub if you will, and we're gonna talk about no other game than the GTA 6 as the thumbnail suggested, while comparing game like Ananta and the Neverness to Everness. We got hundreds of thousands of GTA 6 videos circulating around the internet, but by and large, the problems are the price is definitely too expensive, which is $80, and paywalling content on an even higher price tag, $100.
For those somehow unaware, the Ultimate Edition does come with the usual stuff. You got exclusive weapons, a couple cars, some skins. Fine, I don't care about that. Sell whatever cosmetics you want. But then they took it a step further by locking clothing stores, tattoo shops, vehicle stores, customization shops, upgrades, actual in-game content, and even missions behind this Ultimate Edition. Now, the funny thing is
players do actually buy into this pricing. Most of them are gonna get the $100 version straight away. Judging from the posts that I've been looking around, I genuinely think that there's no other game that could pull this off. The game dev that initially made the GTA 5 great, they're all gone. Now it runs by a completely different group of people, and it is concerning. There are videos talks about it, and as you can guess from the cover, it is suspiciously DEI encoded. It's almost like they're not just shooting themselves on the foot, they're shooting it with the automatic rifle. But guess what? There's no doubt that the game gonna be massively success on launch, cause their IP is probably one of the strongest IP in the entire gaming history, possibly the entire human history. It is so strong that their feet are stronger than the Kevlar. It's gonna take more than a couple shots to get through their foot. But right now we are at the age of internet. If you are not a die-hard fan, it is more wise to just wait for another 3 days or maybe a week and see how it's actually like from a live streamer, or maybe listening to some gaming reviews, definitely not from IGN, to get a better grasp whether this game is worth purchasing or not. I believe that these two games are gonna be the major competitors for the GTA 6, since both of them are being called the anime version of GTA. By the way, Ananta haven't released yet, and the releasing date isn't even announced yet, and Everness to Everness is ongoing live service game. But the differences between these anime-inspired gacha game and the GTA is that you can't commit crime to the extent that GTA could, like ramming the pedestrian like a bowling pin with a car, and straight up killing the random NPC.
My lord!
If you're trying to do that in these games, like let's say if you're trying to ram an NPC, you're gonna run through them like hitting a ghost. For a pretty obvious reason that you might not know. They are heavily sanitized when it comes to violence. You cannot show any dead body on any form of publication, whether it's movies or the game. I came across to this video that explained this really well. It goes as far as you can't even show the picture of a skeleton. And this is some of the PUBG censorship in China.
These gameplay changes were things like blood being removed or explosions being made smaller, but would also affect things like death animations. In the Chinese version, if a player dies, he waves goodbye and then just disconnects. Yes, actually just waves goodbye and disconnect.
But in return, they got the freedom of having actually hot and sexy women in the game. Commit all the crime you want in the GTA 6 with the overweight photorealistic ugly woman. But I'm gonna stay here, be a good citizen, Take my really hot anime waifu out for a ride with my Porsche from the gacha. Role-playing a really hot lesbian couples just like the one you watch regularly on certain website. I mean, to be totally honest, the female protagonist actually looks fine, but it's like she's sitting on this thin line that is acceptable for both guy and the DEI. She's not fat enough for guys to hate it, and not skinny enough for Karen to lose their mind. She's a character who was surgically designed to serve this purpose. I've never seen a character design with so many layers of intention behind it. Like, come on. You guys are making a game about committing crime, robbing banks, shooting cops, but somehow you're afraid to put in a really hot skinny white chicks into a game? Like, what are you doing? We're gonna bring back all the hot white chicks like the early 2000s game. It feels like having these types of character in the game is illegal in this day and age. Not putting pretty girls into the game can only make the game unnecessarily harder to sell. For examples, a good game like Apex Legends, if they actually put in a character as attractive as the Stellar Blade and go absolutely crazy on her skin, it's gonna be a record-breaking sales. Since most of the people are gonna be males, you're gonna give them an extra reason to come to this game. Unlike GTA back then, there were no urban environment open world game that could compete with GTA. But now we got the live service game like the Neverness to Everness, which is mainly replicating the Japanese urban environment. Even though the game feels lack of polishment and gimmicky, but it's very well received for the amounts of content they got. It's the types of game that feels mediocre on every aspect, but damn, there will always be things that you could enjoy in this game. It feels like buffet with all types of food. None of them are the best you ever eat, but you do enjoy the meal cause you got so much option to pick. They even gonna came out with a whole new fantasy world, like some kinds of MMORPG, Dark Soul environment. It just looks extremely promising. I've played the game for a while, and I have so much fun with it. And Ananta is looking even more promising. There are tens of thousands of videos and gameplay footage about it, but the game haven't released yet, so it's still too early to tell whether it's good or not. With competitors like this, GTA ain't gonna be as dominant as they used to be. To make matter worse for GTA, there's this massive new generation who grew up with the anime. Like the anime Jujutsu Kaisen, Attacks of Titan, Genshin Impact. Those are the biggest common culture in this day and age. With strong competitors like Neverness to Everness and the Ananta, I don't think they got the leisure to mess with their ideology and the agenda that they want to implant into the game. If they don't snap themselves out of this mentality, we're gonna see players gradually moving toward the Neverness to Everness and the Ananta. They don't even need to be better than the GTA 6, cause GTA 6 is just so expensive, while Neverness to Everness and Ananta are totally free. But let me tell you what, having competitors like these poking GTA 6 from behind is gonna make GTA 6 a better game. There's nothing more powerful than having competent competitors on the market. There have been countless amounts of instances, but devs still won't listen. But as soon as a competitor is coming out, it's gonna leave them no choice but to make themselves more feasible to the player, which is making the game better and listen to the player. And one thing about the monetization is that I don't think purchasing skin in the game is predatory at this point, even though it's lucrative. I think purchasing in-game skin and cosmetic is like donating to the streamers. You already played the game and you know what you are purchasing as a form of financial support to the game dev. And in my opinion, one-time purchasing that is above $30 gonna impose higher risk than the gacha and of course the skin, because you don't know whether you're gonna enjoy this game or not. But of course there are elements of fear of missing out, like how they increasingly make the new character stronger every patch to get you to swipe credit card for the new character. But I'm not gonna get into the nitty-gritties of it, cause average gacha game player ain't gonna spend more than $100 in a gacha game, which is the price of getting full content out of GTA. But it's also true that the system in itself also designed for you to be able to spend hundreds of thousands into it. But in the end, I don't think it's about the mean of monetization. If it's too expensive, then it's too expensive. If it's worth the price, then it's worth the price. And there will be huge amounts of players who ain't gonna play GTA 6 for this specific reason. They just simply can't afford it. While GTA 6 is pay to play, the anime-inspired mobile game like these are play first and pay whenever you want to. It's pay to win in the in-game content, but you can choose to not engage it and still able to enjoy all the content without paying a dime. The last two things that I want to cover is, why would they only release on console? They should have also released the PC version along with it. Come on, like we are in the year 2026. Even though people would stay and make purchase on a good game, but people will always go for whatever is the most accessible first. They're just making it harder to get the game without good reason. I mean, it's normal when a big game coming out, it's gonna tie to an exclusive deal with the console, like the Gear of War, Halo with the Xbox, Final Fantasy, Metal Gear Solid with the PlayStation. They either get the cut or they got the initial funding from these console. But there's gotta be a way, like releasing 1 month after the console release. But still, it's not a good reason for player. Or maybe they are just so confident with their IP, which they have all the reason to, that player gonna double dips the game on different platform, expecting you to buy GTA on console, then buy it again on the PC version. Neverness to Everness and Ananta, both of them are available on PC, console, and mobile phone. It's the highest form of accessibility that a game could have. And the last thing is the optimization. The Western game developers are notorious for chasing the photorealistic graphic without good reason, and it's gonna be like super demanding on the hardware. Graphic only matters when the hardware could run it smoothly. In my opinion, a well-optimized game should be able to run on the average computer on release, but ain't no way we can learn about it unless the game is out on PC. But I think there's a pretty high chance that their optimization is not gonna be good. While games like Ananta and the Neverness to Everness, they designed the game for it to be able to run on the phone. And optimization is exceptionally important for the GTA 6, so they gotta take optimization really seriously, like their life depends on it. One of the reasons why GTA 5 relevancy was able to last so long is because you are able to mod it, and it's the modding community that extends the relevancy of the game. But having a high demanding game is gonna make modding even harder, cause modding gonna take extra power out of it. I wouldn't be surprised if modders came out with the optimization mod where they tone down all the graphics just to make GTA 6 run smoother. That would be pretty lame. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I want to say. The more they mess up on these things, the more likely people are gonna move to these two games. Unless they really hate anime style game. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like and sub, and see ya guys.